WSTU, it is 9:06, and that means it is time for the forum with our host, Pat Sacco.
Good morning, Michael.
Morning, Pat.
Are you all ready for Christmas?
I'm getting there. I think I can get mostly done by tomorrow. I think I'll be done by tomorrow.
Very good. Very good. The older you get, the earlier you start shopping.
Oh, yeah?
Is that for me? I'd probably have to start January 12th.
Yeah, sure. Exactly. Well, you still have some days to go, though. You got a couple of weeks then.
No. You got, what, 6 days?
6 days?
What's today? Is the 19th?
Yes. Yeah. You're fine.
6 days.
You're
6
fine.
days, man.
Nah, you're fine.
I got one more thing to do. That's all. One more thing to do. Well, I have with me here today a distinguished gentleman. Whoa, isn't that nice?
Wow.
His name is Joseph Brown. And Joe is the executive director. Is that your title, really?
Yes.
Okay,
sometime.
thank you. Sometimes. He's also chief cook and bottle washer of a new name of a building that is practically brand new, and it's Discovery Villages.
Thank you for
And
having
it used to be Inspired Living. Both
Yeah.
of those are good terms.
both. We still have the inspiration, but now, yes, it's
But I like
Discovery
the villages as plural,
yes,
because you have villages within your group of assisted living, independent living, memory care. These are different villages, actually. So it's a
yes,
little
it
more
is.
descriptive. And yesterday was a momentous event. Now, I'd gotten an email about what you were going to do. They have a wall painted, which is their
veterans
veterans
wall of honor.
Wall of Honor. And we had to get in line and go down a hallway to see this wall. It's beautiful. It really is.
It is gorgeous. It is gorgeous, and I have to say and think I'm gonna plug in Vitas for
Yes.
supporting me, and actually a super great job by providing this event yesterday.
They are a
So,
super great company.
It was fantastic.
They're out there they're out there with the community. That's the
Yes.
whole point.
That's the key.
We went in and there were some chairs set up in a little corner, and we had a ceremony. And I thought, oh, I don't want to go to ceremonies, these things. It was great. We had color guard from the high school.
Yes.
We had
VFW.
how many? 7 or 8?
I think it was about 7.
Yeah.
From high school.
VFW, all accompanied by a bagpiper. Came in and did a ceremony. We did Pledge of Allegiance. And you also had a professional singer
Yes.
who was singing for us.
Yes.
And then they pinned these veterans. There were about 8 or 9 veterans sitting in chairs.
It was about 8.
Yeah,
I was included.
including Joe, because you
Yes.
see his jacket on. He's advertising for the U.S. Navy,
U.S. Navy.
which he was in. I happen to have been in the Army, so I'm sitting in the audience, and they pinned the people who are residents there, and they said, anyone else in the audience who has military connection, stand. And I got a pin, cute little American flag pin.
Hey, we thank you for serving as well.
And there was a nice snack and very positive atmosphere. And the wall is gorgeous. It really is nice. You have the pictures up and everything. What a great idea.
It sets us apart.
Yep.
So and not only sets us apart, but at the same token, we honored the servicemen and women that actually serve in the military and remind us each and every day what we go through in armed service.
Yeah. And these are people who have a fantastic story to tell. Each one of them has a fantastic story to tell. I wish we could design some kind of a program that we could get these people on the air at some point and talk about their backgrounds.
Well, I think it's nothing impossible.
Yep.
Between you and I and my home office right now, who's really in true about advertisement and taking care of residents at the same time. I think we can incorporate
We
that
can
down
talk-
the road. We'll
right.
talk about that.
Yeah. And even the women, the histories that they've had. I mean, you might find, I remember in the nursing home, the guy came in and he had owned like 4 nursing homes, but he had dementia.
Mhm.
Here's a guy who ran these buildings and owned the buildings and stuff. We don't know the background of elderly people. All they do is look old.
Mhm.
And they don't move around too fast.
But it's they when you start having conversation, and I've learned this in the past with some of the residents, it's a huge history.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got one in my community right now that I try to reach out to her every day because you want to learn. And when I see her walking down the hall, I know that's a book of history. So each day I'm trying to get something from her.
Yeah, and they're out there, fabulous, and it helps the staff tremendously to know something about someone.
Yes, yes, yes. We
Like
need to know.
if the lady was a school teacher for 40 years, and taught kindergarten, my
Mhm.
God.
And we have one like that as well.
Yeah,
You have them from all different walks of life.
and I bet you she'd have 50 stories to tell about the kids.
And I have she used to be still is, because once you are, you still. So she's a school teacher. She's in my community, and I have vendors that comes into the community that recognize her from going to school. So yes, and
Wow.
they're like, oh, she was the best teacher I ever had. And they communicate, and it brings that teaching ability back to her.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Well, it customizes your aides and the people that work with these
Mhm.
people in your building, that they see the differences, they know their background a little bit, and there's a greater respect you have for someone when you know their story.
Yes, definitely.
And that's what we want. We want that respect. We want that kindness. Um, there is a building, not in this community, but nearby, that used to be kind of like a state home for indigents and stuff.
Okay.
And it turned it into a nursing home. And it wasn't the nicest building in the world. I mean, it needs some repair, need things. I went in there one time and I couldn't believe the positiveness of the staff. They didn't go up to a lady and say, "Hi, honey, how are you? Hey, Miss Jones, how are you doing today?" The respect that I saw from these aides was marvelous. I mean, they wouldn't treat them like, "Oh, your honey, your baby, you're this or that."
No,
It
no.
was right customized to the person's name. And that person seemed to feel better when somebody recognized them for who they were.
For who they are. Yes.
So the little dumb things are the most important things to people who live there.
And just, calling them by their name plays a major role in the response, and how and shows respect as well. So we try to do that as much as possible. Not only try to do it, we actually make sure we implement that in training as well,
All right.
onboarding.
Let's talk about the building itself. You have this laid out somehow. You have the memory care or the assisted living on one side and the independent living on another side.
So yes, we have memory care, and then we have assisted living, and then we have independent without assistant.
Right.
So it was those three categories. But we have 46 units of memory care and 71 units ALIL. So it's a total of 135 units.
Wow.
So right now we're about 30% occupied. But 30% occupied are not my expectations. For this time next year, I want to be at 100%.
You will be. You will be.
Yes. We have the backing now. Discovery Villages came in and is doing everything that me as an executive director and my team needs to get to the next level. Basically, I told you before when I was on the air with you prior, it's not about the bricks and mortar, but it's about the individual and the team that we have in place and what we went to that community for. We went to Inspired Living when Inspired Living was there. Everything happens for a reason. We went with the inspiration of getting that building going and taking care of the residents, and we still have that expectations, and we'll continue to do that. Right now, I think we have the tool to take it to the next level. Discovery Village is giving us all the support that we need.
Careful.
We have no excuse of not getting the residents into the building. We have a solid marketing team, sales team, and we are continuing to make that community stand away from the rest of the communities.
Well,
in
you've
this
come a
area.
long way in 8 months. You really have.
Yes,
You know, and it isn't the number of patients, your residents you have right now, but what you've done in this 8 months of going from a brand new kind of building to now a much more mature, much more focused service.
and, you know, we got our license. We got licensed in March 28th was the day we got our license. And on April 9th, we got our first 2 move-ins.
Mm.
So yes, we came a long way, and we still have a long way to go. But the time that we have this long way, we're going to run with the time, and we're going to stay ahead of the time. Because right now, like I said, Discovery Villages is giving us all the tools we have to make this a successful transition.
Well, I'm glad you said March 28th because that's my son's birthday.
Oh, tell your son happy birthday.
Yeah.
Belated.
I usually do. Actually, mine's the next day. And for 18 years, I didn't have my own cake. We had to blow together.
Really? It was your birthday as well?
Yeah, no, the next day.
Oh, then 29th and 28th.
29th, yeah. So I finally got my own cake and my own candles when he went to college.
Wow.
It was 18 years later. I was due for my own cake. In fact, we were up to Washington about 4 or 5 years ago, and it was in March. And my daughter-in-law had some of her sisters come over, whatever. They had a little party, and they brought out a birthday cake. And by damn, I had to blow with him again.
So you had 2 birthday cakes.
No, 1 birthday cake. We had to blow together
Oh,
again.
okay.
I remember, so, geez, I finally got away from you, and now I have to blow with you again. But
Wow.
yeah, it's like I said, you've come a long way in your maturity and your focus. And more ALs and ILs are being built. There's another one over the Roosevelt Bridge.
Yes, I actually, right now, I don't know if you ever did the survey, but I did a survey. It's 10 communities in a 5-mile radius of Discovery Villages, 10. And Harbor Chase is going across the bridge. That's going to be 11. And I think another one is going
Harbor
up
Chase.
close. Yeah, Harbor Chase is
That's
it's across the bridge. They are the ones that actually
Regency.
they have Regency Park in Vero Beach.
That's where we meet with our network breakfast.
Yes.
But there's only a difference up there because they have omelet stations.
I used to work for that company.
Oh,
by the
did
way.
you?
Yes,
Okay.
Yes.
Harbor
Very good
Chase,
company.
good.
But as far as, like I said, it's, it's buildings. It's buildings. You have to set yourself apart. You have to get a niche in the market, and our niche, like I always say, our niche is my team. That management team that I put together is solid. It's untouchable, because we all came there for the right reason, and reason being, if you take care of the residents and take care of their family members and show their attention to whatever we need to do, everything else is going to fall in place.
Yeah.
Sorry. But everything else is falling in place. I mean, it's just the timing.
You have a terrific marketer in Lisa. I
Yeah.
give a shout out to Lisa Teeter. Boy,
Lisa
she's doing a good job.
Yes. And we just actually today, she should be there right now. At the community, we're bringing on Iris. Iris is going to be part of that sales and marketing team
Good.
as well. So welcome aboard, Iris, and thanks for joining the team.
You have you're going to have an in-house and
Correct. Correct.
not out-house, but out of building
Yes.
out of building
So,
person. Yeah.
but and then we also just brought on a activity. It's not a activities director. So Christy, welcome aboard, Christy. Christy has been there only for 2 days,
Very
2 or
good.
3 days, but we're building the team. It's going to be a solid team.
Plus, and then I enjoyed meeting which you called your boss, your senior.
Oh yes, Nicole,
She has a
and
great
Beth.
sense of humor.
Nicole and Beth was on board yesterday,
Right.
and I could assure you that they brought so much energy to the community, being in their position and just supporting us with the support that they delivered to us yesterday, and not only yesterday, but continue to do that, shows that the Discovery Villages is doing the right thing.
Yep.
We have all the ammunition to do the right thing. We just have to, load the gun and just go with it.
I love to talk to new concepts and new buildings and new efforts because you come with a vital spirit.
Yes.
So well, we've been in business for 12 years, and then like, come on, this is not what we want to hear from you. You can't be complacent about anything in your building. You've got to be up. You've got to be positive. You got to serve the best you can serve with these people.
And you have to set the bar high, especially in a market like this. So we don't accept just anything. We set the expectations far and above. I mean, my expectations in that community is almost untouchable, but we try to reach it.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're going to pause for a minute to do a little commercial here with some of our sponsors, little 30-second spots. Mike?
WSTU, we go back to the forum with your host, Pat Sacco.
Thanks, Mike. Joe, let's talk about the ponies.
We do have the miniature ponies that I think is one of our big excitement there. Residents could, especially on the second, third floor, they could look out their window and look next door, and we could actually view the miniature ponies walking around. Not so much the gators, though, but the ponies.
The ponies.
Ponies.
It's like going down to Park and Go in Fort Lauderdale. And as you pull in, there are monkeys. And they're wild monkeys. They live in the trees in the bush.
Really?
But they come out for bananas and stuff. So the people from Park and Go feed them bananas. Dude, I don't think you want to try and touch them. But there's a little monkey running around, grabs a banana, takes off into the trees.
In Fort Lauderdale?
Yeah, Fort Lauderdale.
You serious?
Yeah, no, I'm serious.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have to go. I have to drive down there and visit those monkeys.
Now, that's a really inexpensive way to travel, either for a cruise or a flight out of Fort Lauderdale. Because in Fort Lauderdale, I think you pay $16 or $18 a night to park in their big parking ramp.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do a thing through the computer on Park and Go, it's like $7 or $8.
Wow.
The same thing on a ship. They charge $20 for those high rises. And what they do is you pull in, they take your keys, they put you on a van, take you to the ship. Then when you get off the ship, you call them, they come and pick you up and drop you off right at your car where it's parked.
Much better in Palm Beach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. And there's several of there's a Park and Go, and several up in there's one in Cape Canaveral as well.
Great to know. Great to know.
Well, if you're gonna, 7 days is $140.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And that's you save it, cut it in half. You gotta look for these little advantage things.
Good to know. Good to know. And you're getting ready to travel a lot, so you need to take advantage of all
Well,
that stuff.
yeah, I guess we do. I guess we do. See, I like traveling. My wife loves traveling. Are you listening, Adrian? You hear me? I said, you love traveling. And I've often joked when she's at work, I can call her and say, get home early because we're going to go cruising tomorrow. And she'll go, okay.
Good to know.
And she's a planner. I mean, we have to plan everything, lay it out, write it down, and organize it. But when it comes to cruising, she's in.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
It's a break away from the reality. I put my phone in the suitcase in the safe. For the
Really?
week. I don't anyone to talk on the phone. I'll pay the price when I get home.
Well, that's a real breakaway.
It's hard for me to do that.
When you can put your phone away. That's
It's hard to do that. You're wondering
Yes,
who's
it
going to
is.
call, what's going to happen. No, just put it. It'll work.
It'll be there when you get back, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
We all have to have that mentality and discipline sometime. It just take me longer than sometime
Yeah, well,
to comprehend.
I mean, for you, you can walk out back in the backyard and go see the ponies up close.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
I mean, that's a
yes,
little break
yes,
to get
yes.
away or something.
I have so much entertainment at Discovery Villages off of Culver Road. The ponies, it's never a dull moment driving up and down that street. So yeah, we have some entertainment there.
And it's a quiet street.
It's
too.
quiet.
You
It's
don't have
quiet.
that zooming.
Right. It's real quiet.
Yeah. And when you were saying there's so many ILALs out there and being built, the reason is there's a need.
It is a need.
And they are filling up and the people are coming. And I know that the Cabana went through that whole thing about census and stuff,
Mhm.
and they really built that up. And it just takes some time. People shop around. What are you looking for? You're looking for someplace that's easy access, or you want something away from. You pick your
Quiet spot.
your quiet spot,
'Cause
right?
Cabana is definitely a quiet spot.
It is.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I bill that as I did some marketing for them because they were a sponsor, and I said it's like the Wizard of Oz. You drive up Cedar Street and that's black and white,
Mhm.
and you hit the crest of the hill and you see that big thing there. Now it becomes Technicolor. You'd never imagine it to be
You
back
would
there.
never imagine it's back there.
Yeah. And you too. You're driving through the countryside and you see all this farmland and thing, and all of a sudden, whoa, there
Mhm.
you are.
Yeah.
And that's nice. Plus, you have a lot of good parking. I have to say that.
Yes, we have, believe it or not, we have accurate parking in we will never be lack for parking space. That's one thing. We can have the biggest events, and we have enough parking space.
Plus, what I like is you have 2 separate entrances for AL. I
And
mean,
memory
for
care.
memory care.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah,
So people aren't wandering through trying to figure out where do I go here.
correct.
It's
Yeah, we're trying to do the right thing,
yeah, I think
and
so.
and we'll get there. We'll get there with the support that we have right now. We'll be there. We'll
Plus
be there
you're-
sooner than later.
Plus,
too.
you are one of our senior networking breakfast spots.
Yes, yes, and I really enjoyed that last. Well, it was the first and the last, but we have more to come.
Mhm.
But we really, truly enjoy you guys being there for the first events.
And the next time we feature the wall. Everybody should
definitely,
Make sure everybody goes
definitely,
and sees that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That wall is a talking point.
Yes,
It's so great.
Gee, it just happens to be right when you go on the tour.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Good place for
I
it.
said that's the towpath.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right.
Wonderful.
So
Any other plans you have for for the holidays?
the holidays, I'm just gonna relax. My daughter, it's in Atlanta, so I just a couple of weeks ago I went and had daughter daddy weekend.
Oh, nice.
So all in all, I'm just gonna relax for the holiday and focus on trying to maintain Discovery Villages and Cove Road, keep going. So we have a tendency if we take a break. My thing is because my commitment is just like the military commitment. I don't want to let go. So and sometimes you have to.
Yeah.
But all in all, I want to make sure that things are going well for the residents there at Discovery Village, and my staff and everyone else is relaxing and having some R&R. So I'm just gonna relax over the holiday.
What was your rank in the Navy?
Actually, I went in the Navy as a seaman. And I've actually came out the Navy as a commissioned officer,
Oh, very
So,
good.
yes.
Very good.
one officer,
What was your MOS?
administration.
Administration.
Yeah.
Mine was radar repair.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's when we had these big machines.
Wow.
Now we don't have the big machines anymore.
Great.
But that was very interesting. I was amazed at how simple those machines are.
Really?
They look very complicated, but they're little parts of little chunks of systems, and you can trace the electricity. And what they used to do is, let's say if something was wired, they didn't cut the wire, but they stretched the wire so it was broken on the inside, but you couldn't see it. But all you had to do was take a meter and hit the 2 points, and if it was bad, you knew there was a break in the wire.
Really?
And simple little things. See, everything that's complex is made up of a lot of little simple things. And if you start looking at the simple things, then it builds into something complex.
Wow.
I was amazed how easy it was to troubleshoot those things. And then you get it done and say, wow, and it's, oh yeah, it was really hard. Nah.
Well, you make everything easy, Pat. So
Well-
actually, it's probably came from that military, and you still continue to make everything
I
easy.
think so. Well, it's less agonizing to keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
See, I operate my life on the KISS principle. And I say to myself, keep it simple, stupid. And I keep telling myself that if something's hard, let's figure it out.
And you know what? You just hit it on the head. Keep it simple and keep it real, and it will turn out to be the best. So, and that's what we try to keep it simple and keep it black and white.
Right.
Do the right thing,
Right.
and everything is going to turn out to be the way it should be.
We have to
Real.
add one thing to it, though. We have to attend to it regularly.
Yes, definitely. You can't just walk
Can't
away.
set something up and
Can't-
walk away.
exactly.
And suddenly you come back, it's all
If you don't,
wrong.
if you don't water the plants, it won't grow.
Exactly,
So you have to
exactly.
continue to do
Right,
those things.
right.
Yes.
Well, I know you're pressed for time, and I know you have to get back to the building
You know that.
because you're dying to get back to the building right now. And we're going to cut this short, Mike. And I'm so happy that you took the time to come here. Now you only got about 15 minutes. You can be back to work, and they're going to say, "What did I just do?"
But thanks for having me. I mean, yesterday you came to the ceremony, and I hadn't seen you in a while. So the conversation led me to here today. So
Well, when you said, gee, I'd like to come on the radio program again, I had you hooked.
yes, you did. You did. So, and I enjoy being here with you, and
Yes.
we're going to continue to have this networking.
And we will.
conversation.
And we
So
will.
let's, thanks again, Mike. Thank you guys.
Thank you. And
Absolutely.
Radio Land, we will not be doing a regular live show for 2 weeks, the day after Christmas and the day after New Year's. Mike will play one of our network programs,
Hmm.
and then we'll be back with the new year.
You got it. Well, we'll see
Terrific.
you next year, Pat.
Oh, listen, I'm going to make my New Year's resolution.
Okay, what is it?
Well, I discovered I gave up watermelon one year. I gave up some
Watermelon?
Yeah. just-
How can you give up watermelon?
I know.
You give up
and I
watermelon.
cheated. So the last 2 years, I have made my resolution because on January 1st, I'll be alive. And I'm going to make a resolution that I will be alive again on January 1st, 2021.
There you go.
My resolution.
I want to get there.
My resolution. I'm going to piggyback on you. I'm gonna, not only that, I'm going to be alive
Yeah, right.
on January 2020, but I want to. No, I will lose 15 pounds.
There
I
it
have
is.
2 more to go. I have 2 more to go.
Well,
When I saw Lisa yesterday, she said, "Oh my
yeah,
God,
you did lose.
what happened to you?"
Yeah.
So don't lose any more weight. I said, "No, I want to look like you."
No, if you lose too much more, Pat,
2 more pounds.
the
That's all.
balloon's going to take you up in the air. So you're good right now.
I know. I dropped the pant. Oh my God, I dropped the pant size. That's
Well,
like,
that's good.
that's like a celebration.
Did you cut the holes in the belt?
Yeah. No, I have to get new belts.
Get
'cause
new
there's
belts?
no room.
Yes, I want to do 2 pant size.
2.
Yeah, I just want two inches out the waist.
Well, okay, you can do that.
But
Just you have to
Jan-
Not eat
January
much.
2020.
2020. That's next week or 2
Next,
weeks.
yeah, 2 weeks. So
All right.
I'm committed.
Terrific. Well, again, thank you very much, Joe. Thank you, and happy Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to both of
Yeah,
you.
thank you guys both.
And,
Same thing to you guys.
Hope Santa's good to you.
All right. All right.
All right, Pat.
Won't they be? Yes.
Yeah,
She better be, right?
exactly. Exactly.
All right. Take care, and we will be back soon on the forum.